The Auckland Metro Rail Network is a big part of Auckland's transport system. It's relied on by thousands of train users who use over 600 train services a day to get around Auckland City. We also move freight, 6 million tonnes a year in fact, and Auckland is the starting point of these trains carrying domestic goods to the rest of the country. There's over 200 kilometres of track between Swanson and Pukekohe, and in the same way that the road surfaces deteriorate, the track becomes worn over time and needs to be repaired. Recent testing has shown that a particular type of damage, rolling contact fatigue, has become increasingly prevalent on the Auckland Metro Rail Network. It occurs when the stress created between the rail and the rolling wheel of a train causes minor cracks to develop, and those cracks then grow. The damage is widespread across the network, with about 1/4 of rail needing to be either replaced or repaired with specialist grinding equipment. We are currently investigating what's causing the problem to be so severe. While we're looking into that, our main priority is just to get on with the work and get it fixed. This is going to be a big job and will take around 6 months to complete. Speed restrictions are in place across the network to help reduce more wear on the track and ensure trains can continue safely until the repairs are completed. Work done in a 14-day track closure could take more than 100 days if done at night and over the weekends. The sooner we can get the work done, the sooner we can get the trains operating on the usual timetable. We understand that closures and extended journey times are frustrating for our train users, and we apologise for this. However, the work simply must get done and will ultimately provide a better rail network for our city. And like you, we are looking forward to seeing the work completed, and we thank you for your understanding as we continue to upgrade the Auckland Metro Rail Network.
Auckland's busiest train station remains at a standstill tonight after urgent repair work on the tracks has left it out of action since early this morning. Kim Baker-Wilson is there for what would normally be rush hour. Pretty quiet behind you, Kim. What do commuters need to know?
Well, normally, Simon, tens of thousands of people would be through here each and every day, but take a look at it now. It's very quiet, nothing happening at all, and the trains that are here are trapped, not going anywhere. Trains trying to get in aren't getting in either. For Kiwirails, this is a problem on top of a problem. Kiwirails was already scrambling to fix or replace some 100 kilometres of tracks on Auckland's train network that were fatigued or worn. But last night, that next problem, routine monitoring just up the line, found cracks from worn, fatigued tracks, and it was serious enough that it forced everything into a shutdown that needed fixing straight away. So early this morning, commuters got those alerts. Nothing was going to be happening at Britomart today. So for most of today, Newmarket for most services has been the main hub for train services here in Auckland. There has been some relief though, COVID-19, fewer people travelling on the train network. But for those who do travel on trains, the hope is that it can be open again tomorrow, but the train tracks still will need some more fixing after that.
Kia ora, Kim, at Auckland's Britomart train station. Kim Baker-Wilson.
Kiwirails blaming underinvestment for the problems plaguing Auckland's train network. Around half the Supercity's tracks need replacing or repairing, and that means commuters are facing disruption from now until after the summer holiday period. Laura James got a close-up look.
There's a series of cracks in here, and that's what's taking the life out of the rail.
Problems with these tracks have been labelled severe.
So these sleepers would have been installed in the 60s or 70s, and you can see they're absolutely worn out.
Now Kiwirails facing 100 kilometres of the network in urgent need of repair.
This is the new rail that we've brought in.
The rapid rate of track fatigue so serious it forced the sudden closure of Britomart Station last month.
When you get too much wear on the railway tracks, they wear out. There's a specific type of failure, it's called rolling contact fatigue, which is about the way the wheel interacts with the rail.
Maintaining the steel sourced from suppliers around the world isn't the problem.
So we've got new rolling stock, new stations, new overhead infrastructure, and we're running it on tracks that are, some of it's 40, 50, 60 years old.
But government funding's been slow, even though Kiwirails been aware of the wear and tear since 2018.
Over the last 10 or 20 years, there hasn't been the level of investment.
Well, I think in almost every area of infrastructure I can think of, we needed to start work, a decade before we actually get the funds to do that work. It's the story of this city.
It's deteriorated to a point for safety reasons. We've had to put a restriction on the track.
And that's obvious when you're on board. Some journeys are taking double the time, and that's because these trains are travelling at just half of their normal speed. The frequency of services down too.
An accelerated 6-month repair program's begun, with rolling shutdowns across the network for weeks at a time. And all trains will be brought to a halt for about a month over Christmas. 500 workers on deck.
Pretty much all of our track staff will come into Auckland. We'll absolutely blitz the network at that point.
All while investigations continue into why the fatigue's so significant.
That will help us make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Answers crucial to commuters who make more than 22 million train trips a year. Laura James, One News.